Hey everyone, welcome back to this time a special video. This week I don't have any Avalon progress, but something completely different. As you may know, I participated in the first Collab Jam, and it was an absolute blast. In this devlog I'll take you right through my journey of developing the game, so let's jump right into it. The jam started at July 1st, 12 am, and we had 48 hours to make a game. Since we were allowed to use pre-made assets, I decided to do some preparations. We're June 30th and I wanted to make a platformer of some sort, so I started making some tile sets and a character, as you can see. I always wanted to make a game in 16 by 16 tiles. I had never done this before, so the limited pixels were a bit of a struggle while making the character. But as you can see, after fiddling around for some time, I came up with this old man with which I was quite satisfied. Then I went to bed and hoped the theme would fit this platformer game I had in mind. At July 1st, 7 am, I woke up and checked the Discord channels, YouTube, social media, etc., waiting for the theme to be announced. At 8 o'clock the theme got announced. The unexpected. Okay, I thought I could work with this. I opened up Sketchbook and started drawing some possible ideas. The first idea I had was to make a big platform on which bombs would drop. That would fit with the assets I made the day before. Then for some reason a whole other concept popped in mind. I don't know where it came from, but I really liked it. A puzzle game with an unexpected solution. I could mix this with an isometric style, which I wanted to try for a while, and that would make a really neat game. I opened up Inkscape and started making some isometric tiles. I made a new project in Godot and everything was going well. Until I wanted to start coding. What type of puzzle game do I actually want to make? And how do I give them an unexpected solution? I opened up Sketchbook back again and I brew more ideas. The idea of making an isometric tower defense game with unexpected waves was really exciting. At 10 am I started the tower defense journey, drew some more tiles and then came to the conclusion yet again that I didn't have any knowledge of tower defense games. So after half an hour of even more thinking, I decided to screw this whole idea and just play safe with a 2D platformer, which I was familiar with. So I started programming some player movement and set some collisions. But I just kept thinking of that puzzle game. So at 10:30 am, I decided to take a break and let everything settle in for a moment. At 12 pm I came back fresh-minded and I had an idea that might work. So I opened up Sketchbook for the last time and started planning out this idea. I remembered from Pokemon Fire Red I was replaying recently that there are sliding puzzles in the theme Rocket basement of the game corner. Maybe I could remake this in an isometric format and hide the exits in some way. Boom, that was it. I immediately fell in love with the idea and I started working on it with full confidence after losing half a day of thinking. To come up with a name for the game, I used the same method as with Avalon. Go to this Wikipedia page with mythical locations and take one that fits the game. I really liked Scion, et voila, the game now had a name. I drew some more tiles and a player sprite, coded into the basic mechanics and made a couple of levels. At 6 pm it was debugging time. The way I made the mechanic previously didn't work good enough, so I made a new one. It took me until 9 pm to find what was wrong with his new method, but when I finally got it right, it was perfect. Then I took another break to calm my mind a bit. On 9:30 pm I added tweening and particles, which made the game a lot less static, and I added some music to the game. Then I worked on the GUI, made a reload button, a home button, level count, etc. At 12 am I went to bed. On July 2nd, the day after, at 7 am, I woke up and added some squishy effect to the player. I chatted a bit in the Discord server and when I wanted to start recording, OBS bugged out and the only thing I saw was a black screen. This had happened multiple times before, but this time no solution seemed to work. At 9 am I got OBS working again and I started to add some sound effects to the game. At first I tried making them myself, but I soon realized I didn't have enough experience nor time to do that, so I downloaded some asset packs from Kenny. I worked on the level menu, drew some more sprites, coded it in and did some final tweaks to it. At 1 pm I decided to make a bunch of levels for the game. I quickly realized that they would get boring, so I tried my best making them as varying and interesting as I could. At 2:30 PM I added some basic settings to mute the sound or music. I wanted to make the end of the levels a bit more interesting, so I coded in a bunch of tweens and animations to clarify the end of a level and the beginning of a new one. I really liked how those tweens looked, so I added them in the menu as well. I also reworked the levels to make them a bit more interesting and fun. At 6 PM I tried building the game for some playtesters, and yup, another issue. For some reason the game wouldn't build correctly and it kept getting this error code which I didn't understand. After an hour of frustrations I fixed the issue and I was able to send the playtesters my game and they had some amazingly useful feedback. So thanks Toasted Gears, Maya004, Reloonfire, Dindo TGS and Paper Airplane for your time. At this point the game was basically finished. I accomplished everything I wanted to do in this jam, but I still had so much time left. That's why I decided to add an in-game tutorial. This would be better than just giving instructions on the itch page and gave me the opportunity to give the game a bit more personality. At 10 PM I started the last improvements. I did some little tweaks to the player movement and changed the levels a bit more. Then I worked on a game banner, which turned out really nice in my opinion. On July 3rd, 12 AM I worked on an end screen for when you complete all the levels. I was finally finished and satisfied with the game, so I went to bed. At 7 AM I woke up and worked on the itch page. I submitted the game and that meant the end of the adventure. Well, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can play all 21 games on the Collab Jam page. Thanks to Crafts, Takelime, the GYT, Devyala, the Techpreneurs, XZackX, Rugbug Redfern, SipDev and Tom Wyland for participating in this collab. And a special thanks to Mickey for hosting this jam and giving us the opportunity to share our work. It was a great experience and I hope we can do this again in the future. Check them all out, they're amazing. All the links are in the description down below. As always, if you want any updates on Avalon or want to participate in community events like this, join the Discord server. Have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.